procrastination is not you. It is not in you. It is just a habit. It's a habit that we continue to do and we don't know how to stop. Hey guys, it's Brie and welcome back to another episode of Open the Lock. So it was just last week where I was at work and I was literally sitting down, and just so you know, I'm the type to, when I have like a thought in my head about something, that I want to like write about, I'll literally like go in my notes. If I'm not at home, I'll go in my notes and I'll write it down. And if I'm at home, I'll go in my journal or my book or whatever, and I'll write my feelings down of, whatever topic I'm thinking about, how I'm feeling, my emotions, whatever, just to kind of express it when I don't have somebody like physically to express it to. So, I was just sitting down, literally doing nothing, and I had, the thought of just writing down what I'm going to talk about in today's podcast. And so I'm writing, and just, I think it was a few days ago, probably like 2-3 days ago, I'm on YouTube and I'm looking up that topic because it's something that I've had trouble with, probably for about like a year now. And especially now that I have a podcast, it's just something that you like can't stop doing. It's a pattern. It's something like repetitive that you constantly just keep doing. So that's exactly what I did. I looked it up and I saw this video, and it was about, I would say, like 3 minutes long, and it literally changed my whole perspective. So with that being said, let's get into today's episode. Procrastination is your worst enemy. So previously what I was saying was, I looked up a video and I started watching it. It was about 3 minutes long. It was from Mel Robbins. And, she's a podcaster, and, she talks on stages. She's like a speech talker. And she was talking about procrastination and a way that can help you to stop procrastination. And so I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, like I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know that there was a way for me to stop procrastinating. Like I didn't know how to get out of my head and like just push myself to get the things done that I want to do. So she was saying a lot of stuff, and I wrote them down because I wanted to take what she said and I wanted to implement it in my life, because 99% of the times, a lot of us are watching things, we're reading podcasts, we're watching podcasts, we're reading books, we're looking at all these videos, and like one thing is to hear something and to read something and to watch something, but the other thing is to implement it into your life. If you're not implementing that thing into your life, why waste your time on watching that thing, reading that book, whatever the case may be? And so because of that, I wrote a lot of the stuff down, and something that really spoke out to me was procrastination is not you. It is not in you. It is just a habit. It's a habit that we continue to do and we don't know how to stop. But let me tell you, there are habits that you can get rid of. How? With just trying new ways, trying new methods. I promise you, you are not a procrastinator. I'm not a procrastinator. We just have the habit of procrastinating. And one thing that I really procrastinated a lot is honestly my podcast, because I'm so constantly inconsistent with posting, or posting on YouTube, or even just posting on social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and I always just stop. There's no motivation, there's no push, there's no discipline. Actually, another topic that I wanted to talk about was discipline, because discipline is something very important. Discipline is something that gets you up in the morning. Discipline is something that you need to have in your life in order to succeed the things that you want to succeed in life. And a lot of the things that stop us is procrastination. A lot of us get into our heads and we constantly stop ourselves from doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. We're going down the right path and we may not see it. Why? Because it's not visible to us. The progress is not visible to us. And so because of that, we procrastinate. You get into your head, you have all these thoughts. Okay, it's just stressing me out. I don't want to do it. I'm going to stop. It's not my day today. But it's like everyone is going through stuff in their life. You're not the only person. So for you to just stop what you're doing because, you have every right to, it's like, no, you really shouldn't. You have the right to. You're your own person at the end of the day. But what's important for you is, to get kicked down into your knees, but eventually get up and not wait so long to get up. Because if you wait so long, you may not ever get up. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a lot of times where, I have these big ideas, what I want to do with my life, my passion, what I'm going to do, jobs, obviously open the lock. And I express these to my mom a lot and my parents. And, oh my God, I have this big idea, I want to try this out. Or maybe it's college. Like, I believe it was a month ago, I texted my mom one day that I was really excited about something. And, I came home, we spoke about it, my parents were really excited. And then, 2 seconds later, those dreams are crushed down. And why? Is because I procrastinate so much. And because I put the vision so far away, I feel like I can never reach it. And so I try. And it's like, I procrastinate. I'm stressed out. I'm not motivated to do this. I'm lazy. I don't think this is working out for me. This is not a sign that I should do this. And so what? I just shut down. I shut down my body. I shut down my brain. And, I get sad about it because it's like, then I feel like I'm doing nothing. It's like, okay, if I don't have a dream, if I don't have a passion, if I don't have something that I can look forward to, why continue to move on every day? That got really deep. I did not mean for it to sound like that. But basically, it's just procrastinating over and over and over again. And let me tell you, you need to stop that immediately. Let me tell you something. There are 3 habits of procrastination. The first habit is the trigger. What is triggering you? What is making you stop? Maybe you have stress. Maybe you're at work and you have a whole bunch of stuff just piling on top of you. Maybe, you have a lot of schoolwork that is just piling up and you don't want to do it. Maybe assignments are hard. You're struggling in a subject, or it could be a sport. It could be, let's say you're an influencer, whatever, you're on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, for example. Like for me, it would be my podcast. The trigger, what? Editing, having to make thumbnails and editing all this stuff, my face, make sure that the audio is right, or, how my camera's positioned, how I look, all this stuff that's just stressing, and it's piling up in my head. The second thing that goes down to that is you avoid it. What do you do to avoid it? A lot of people, 99% of the time, is they go on their phone. They get this high from, social media, being on Instagram. They distract themselves from being on social media. They'll go on the phone, they'll talk to their friends, whatever, which is something that personally I do. And I don't want to, because I know that by me doing this, I'm distracting myself from doing what I'm supposed to be doing and finishing what I started. And by doing that, I'm taking all my focus off of what I'm supposed to be doing onto stupid stuff where I shouldn't be focusing my time on, especially when I'm supposed to be getting my work done. So for example, if you're at work and you're getting stressed out, you can't just go to the back and go on your phone. No, you have to keep going. This is your job, especially if you work like a job, like a 9 to 5 or, a retail job. You can't just go on the back every 5 minutes to go on your phone because you're stressed out about something. No, absolutely not. Same thing in school. If you're stressed out in school, you think that you can just go out every 5 minutes out of the classroom to just go on your phone and escape from reality? No, because that's not reality. This is your reality. What you're doing, you getting stressed out, all this stuff, procrastinating and da-da-da-da, this is your reality. But let me tell you something, you can change that reality. And the third part to habits would be the reward. At the end of, after the trigger, after you avoiding, now it's the reward, which would be the stress relief, most of the times. Because after you avoid whatever you were avoiding because you were so stressed out and you were, thinking all this stuff, overthinking, whatever, maybe you were sad, whatever, angry. Now that you've avoided it, now that you kind of have this stress relief and you're like, okay, like I'm good now because I did what I did and I just I took all my focus off what I was supposed to be doing onto this, kind of gave me a stress relief. Don't get me wrong. I think there's times where, not even just in life, like in general, where you're doing something and like you really are just like, I can't, like I just need to take a break for 2 minutes and I go back. Most of the time, people don't go back. People stop what they're doing to put all their attention on what they're not supposed to be doing, and they don't even continue what they started with. They go on their phone for the rest of the day, you know? Like, there's times where I'll come home, you know, I go to school straight from work. Straight from work, I come home and I go to the gym. Not every day, at least 4 times a week. But there's times where I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to the gym. Like, I cannot. And what do? I go on my phone. I don't go. I waste that day. I think I said wasted wrong. I wasted that time for bullshit. Literally. Because instead of going on my phone and, you know, doodling around, whatever, what could I have been doing? Disciplining myself and going to the gym, not procrastinating, and just getting the stuff done that I was supposed to do in the first place. And there's a lot of bad habits that we all have. Obviously, like, nobody's perfect here. Everybody has a bad habit. Maybe it's eating. Maybe it's not sleeping enough. Maybe you're not getting enough exercise. Maybe you're not working hard enough. All this different stuff. And you're not alone, obviously, because everybody goes through that. And I'm telling you, you're not alone. But what you can do is, instead of sobbing in your own, like, I don't even know, crying in your own tears or whatever, just stop that habit. Find ways for you to stop that. And I'm going to tell you right now exactly what you can do. What I have been doing for literally the past 2 days. Swear to God, past 2 days. And it's working. I'm not saying it's working tremendously, but it has worked. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. It's the 5 4 3 2 1 method, or for sure people call it 3 2 1 method. Personally, I like the 5 4 3 2 1 because it kind of gives you a little bit more time. Because personally 3 2 1 is way too short. But 5 4 3 2 1, literally in that moment where you feel like where you don't want to do what you're doing, or you're laying down and you're like, okay, I need to do this. You tell yourself, you close your eyes, 5 4 3 2 1. You get up and you do what you're supposed to do. I have a really hard time waking up in the mornings. Really, really hard time waking up. Like, either I don't get enough sleep, or I couldn't sleep all night, or I didn't get good sleep. Even I'll go to sleep like hours before, and I'll wake up after like 7-8 hours and I'll still be tired, and it's just really hard. So literally what I've been doing is I tell myself, I lay in bed, I say 5 4 3 2 1, and I get up, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I have no choice. I have to go to school. I have to, you know. A lot of the teenagers that go to school, you know, you have to go to school. You have no choice, of course, you know. So it's worked because I'm not sitting here in bed, okay, I need to get up. Tell myself to get up. No. 5 4 3 2 1, and I get up. I have no excuse, because 1, I'm going to be late to school, and 2, my mom's going to beat my ass. Or let's say you're at work and you're really tired and you're not feeling it. You know, you go to the bathroom to just like take a few minutes, you know, whatever, in the bathroom. You look at yourself in the mirror, you tell yourself 5 4 3 2 1, and you get out and you do what you got to do, because you have no choice. And I don't look at it as you having to just deal with the triggers that are triggering you. I look at it as changing the pattern that you have and fixing, you know, the pattern of you avoiding those triggers, that stress, that anger, that sadness. You know, stop that pattern, stop avoiding it, you know. And most of the time people cannot do that. And I can say for myself that I'm learning to do that. I still do that now. I can't say that I don't, because I 100% sure do, but I don't want to. I don't want to just keep avoiding stuff knowing that I should be doing it. Maybe you don't have to. Like, for example, I have a podcast. I don't have to have a podcast. I don't need to record every week. I don't need to edit. I don't need to do anything. But because I choose to and I want to discipline myself, procrastination needs to go away. All this procrastinating on editing and, you know, posting on social media, all this stuff, I have to stop avoiding it with being like, okay, you know what? I'll get around to it when I want to. No. Because life is not like that. And something that my parents are teaching me that I still probably have not gotten through my head now, but they are trying to teach me that, like, you cannot just go around life like avoiding stuff. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Why? Because you miss out a lot of big opportunities when you do that. you don't know what's going to come around. And if something come around and you're like, nah, I'm good, and you just avoid that problem, you don't know where that can take you in the future. You don't know if you say yes to something one more time, it may help you with something. You don't know if you're gonna, get money from that. You don't know if you're gonna gain knowledge from that. You don't know if you're gonna gain a friend from that, a partner from that. So for you to just put those triggers away, maybe not put those triggers away, but kind of stop avoiding and stop having those patterns that you constantly put yourself through, and just stop it and continue with what you're doing, because we are humans and we have to go through stuff that we don't want to every single day, but we go through it. Why? Because I'm sure a lot of us want to end up successful. We want to end up very wealthy. We want to have a lot of money. We want to have a family. We want to have love in our life. We want to have healthy parents. We want to be healthy for ourselves. So it's like, for you to do this, it's a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of sacrifice because people don't want to do that. Me personally, I like free time. I like going out and doing all this stuff, but it's like, I don't understand that I need to sacrifice that in order to get to where I want to go. Maybe because I'm still young, and obviously, I want to go out. I want to party. I'm a very outgoing person. But I saw this thing someone posted on their Instagram the other day. It was like, trying to be rich at 25, so that's why I'm grinding at 18 or something like that. Or losing friends at 18. So it's like, that's where I want to be. That's, maybe I wouldn't say rich, because it's like, I already feel like I am. Like, I have health, I have good parents, we get to travel, we get to go eat out whenever we want to, whatever. So I feel like that already, but it's not even just that. It's just having everything and feeling like I've made it, and I'm a good person, and I'm happy, and I've achieved all the things that I want to in life. And how are you going to get that? Is if you stop procrastinating. There is nothing more else that you can really go by that. Like, there's nothing else that you can really say for you to stop it, because you have the choice to stop it. It's, you tell yourself, I'm going to stop procrastinating, and you do it. Simple as that. I'm telling you, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, just do it. Because even I told myself, I was like, that's freaking stupid. Like, I'm not going to do that. And what did I do? I literally have done it for 2 days. And I will update you guys. I don't know how. Maybe I'll just bring it up. But I really want it to work, because one, I have a really hard time waking up in the morning. And it's not even just that. It's everything in life. If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to do something, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to do your homework, you don't want to walk the dog, whatever, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. No excuses. Don't hesitate. Don't stop your life just because you don't feel like doing something. Because the moment you don't feel like doing something is where the moment that you are going to see no progress in life, and you're not going to get nowhere. So that's really all I had to say about procrastination, because the video really spoke out to me. I'm actually going to link the video down below from Mel Robbins on YouTube, so you guys can watch it. It's a very short video, but it's absolutely amazing. It's really, really good, and I recommend it. Just watch it. It's only 3 minutes. You're not going to die if you watch a 3-minute video. So that is going to be all for today's episode, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it, because I'm going to enjoy it, editing it and doing all this little stuff to it. And I hope that I continue. I'm going to speak into existence. I'm going to manifest that I'm going to continue to post every week, and you guys stay tuned for each and every podcast on every Tuesday on Open the Lock on YouTube. And I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys next week.